Welcome back. Here today in beautiful Campbellton, Florida, in the heart of what we consider the real Florida. Don't you love our governor, Governor Ron DeSantis, opening up when everybody else is closing down. Great example of that right here today. Stephen Campbell with Premier Bulls Tour. You'll see that footage running right now in the background. These behemoths, these monsters with one goal in life, and that's to break bones. We've got guys who are going to get on these things. I'm way too ahead of myself. Let's talk about what's coming up. You've got the Premier Bulls Tour. We're bringing that to Marianna, Florida. Stephen, tell me a little bit about what's going on.
That's correct. So this is the 2020 Premier Bulls Tour Finals. Last spring, we were talking with some people about bringing the event to Jackson County. Obviously, COVID had took place and messed a lot of things up, and so that kind of delayed those plans. And the Premier Bulls Tour Finals usually takes place on February 5th and 6th in Panhandle, Florida. Well, with COVID, you know, just kind of lingering on into 2021, kind of felt that up. So we said, hey, what better place to bring the finals to than Marianna, Florida, right here in Jackson County. So we are somewhat, I mean, we're so excited to be able to do that. It is exciting now. We've got the top 30 bull riders from the Premier Bulls Tour. They've been competing all year long, and this is the event that all the bulls, all the riders, everybody involved, this is the one event that they've worked all year to get to.
You had me at hello, Stephen. You know, I'm ready to go. When you go to a rodeo, the bulls are at the end, right? And you get 2 or 3 or 4, and everybody's been there for 3 hours, and man, it's kind of deflating. You know, this is all about the bull, right?
Well, you know, but at the same time, this is not the same old bull.
Right.
At the same time.
So tell me about it.
So
tell me, when does it happen?
At a rodeo, of course, like you said, the bull riding's at the end. Well, why is the bull riding at the end? To keep everybody there, right? Because that's what they want to see. So, and like you said, you buck about 10 bulls or so that night. We're going to buck 30 bulls.
I got to interrupt you. I've never been in a rodeo that they had 10 bulls. And I obviously have not been in a good rodeo maybe, but I have never been. Usually it's like 3, 4, 5, and then it's like, thanks for coming out. I'm serious. It's very frustrating. Wow. So I'm looking forward to seeing some bulls. Yeah. So when does this happen?
This is May 14th and 15th.
Friday and Saturday?
Friday and Saturday at 7:30 p.m. Gates open at 5:30. The show starts at 7:30. It'll be at the Jackson County Agricultural Center.
This is the one that's right next to the National Guard Armory, not to be confused with the one that's closer to I-10. You haven't been around here for a while, but we've got a brand new Ag Center. And when you say Ag Center, that's what everybody thinks about.
Oh,
it's the Ag Center and Convention Center, whatever.
Yep.
So yeah. So here's the thing. On the way here today to film this, I said to one of my students, this is about as pretty as the weather gets. So we're going to be enjoying some great weather. Again, people are ready to get out of the house. They've been on lockdown to a certain extent. Florida less than most places, but nonetheless, they're tired of hearing about COVID and all this other stuff. What better thing to do than the greatest all-American pastime, which is cowboys, and everybody's a cowboy on rodeo weekend or bull riding weekend. Everybody goes to the Westerner and gets their wranglers and their boots and their hats, and it's big for the economy.
That's right. Well, everybody's got the cowboy spirit. I mean, in this part of the country, you know, I mean, they say it's not the hat that makes the cowboy, it's the cowboy that makes the hat. And to me, you don't even have to have a cowboy hat to be a cowboy. But we do love to see those cowboy hats, by no doubts. We love to see those go to the Westerner and get their favorite hat and boots. But the thing about the cowboy to me is it's just a loyal spirit with integrity, you know, a contract with a handshake, you know. And this event is like you said, is very patriotic. We're not going to be kneeling. We're going to sing the national anthem. The person, Richie Jones, who's the vice president of the Premier Bulls Tour, if you've never heard him sing the national anthem, you haven't heard it. I'm telling you, he has got it. And so the opening ceremonies of the event sets the stage with the prayer, national anthem, pyrotechnics. I mean, the whole kit and caboodle. You know, it's always God and God before country, you know, but we never not do either one of those, and that's a big deal to us, and we're really excited. It's kind of the breakout event for us, and like everybody else, we've been kind of sitting at home and watching the news, and we're tired of that, and seeing everybody disrespect America and not love one another, and you know, and be the Americans that we're supposed to be. And so this is, you know, not just an event for us. This is just kind of a, hey, we're back, you know, and this is what it's about.
Like you say, if anybody takes the needs to say a prayer, it's not going to be to disrespect anything else. There's no better portrait that you could paint of Americana, of the spirit of America, of what made America what it is today, than cowboys and livestock and competition, whether it's rodeo or roping or in this case bulls. We've been fortunate enough to go to rodeos in the past and to experience some of their events. For an hour before the bronking bulls and the broncs, the bucking horses, these guys are back there putting on ace bandages and braces, and they look like Michelin Man time they come out of there. These guys are beat up. Yeah. This is the roughest sport that bar none, that I've ever been around. There's no NFL player that's that beat up.
No, there is no turf toe.
This is a work of passion.
Yeah, there is no turf toe. It's a, you know, the thing about it is you watch those football players on TV and they you know, hit their toe or hurt an elbow and they lay there and, well, that's fine. You know, you've got that, you can do that. Well, whenever you're on a bull you can't, because you can't turn that bull off, you know. I mean, so you got to get up, and then, you know, like you said, that if they're not competing, they're not winning. And if they're not winning, they're not paying bills, you know. So that's kind of, it's a sport of passion and love, but it's a do or die kind of deal. And if they're not competing, they're not winning. So it's a gladiator sport. And to me, all the way around the board, from the patriotism to the whole grand scheme of things, you're not going to find a more wholesome sport in the country today.
That's what impresses me. You say the gates open at 5:30, event starts at 7:30. I would encourage people to come as early as you possibly can. You got all the kids' activities, your kids and the families. That first 2 hours, that's what it's about. Yeah. You get some, we love to take photos, that's part of our business, so I mean, you won't get any better pictures than a kid walking around with Wranglers and boots and a hat and eating the cotton candy in front of a pen full of bulls, just snorting and ready to get out there and cause some havoc.
Yeah, and we're gonna have autograph sessions before the event starts with some of our vendors and sponsors at their booths, so you'll get to kind of have a one-on-one with those guys, and like you said, kind of experience the whole deal before it even starts, you know, and then get you a good cold drink and get you a good seat and watch some bull riding.
The dates again?
May 14th and 15th.
Friday and Saturday, May 14th and 15th. Gates open at 5:30. Headline acts all start at 7:30. All that aside, this is huge for the economy of Jackson County and the entire surrounding area, I would think. You're familiar with the Westerner just down the road here that's actually in Chipley, arguably one of the largest Western wear stores or retail stores in the area. I'm sure they're going to do great during your weekend and weeks before. So, you know, the restaurants, the gas stations, the motels, the hotels, everybody should get an economic boost from this. Just before we enter that summer season, which is perfect.
Yeah. So we're excited about that, and we like the Westerner is actually a partner of the event, and all of the other great partners, Southern Fields Brewing, the Jackson County TDC. But we've got great partners within Jackson County to support bringing this event in, and in return, our goal is to boost the economy. You know, which is, we've really got a lot of plans on how to do that, provide great entertainment and reasons for people to visit Jackson County on May 13th through the 15th.
People don't realize the cost of putting on a production such as this. If it were not for your sponsors, those people that write a check that help bring this event to town, you couldn't afford to go to this event. You'd probably have ticket prices up in the hundreds of dollars. So without those sponsors to help underwrite the cost, the public wouldn't have a chance to experience, as again, what we call that all-American sport.
Yeah, so you're exactly right there. I mean, the sponsors, I like to call them partners, you know. We kind of work together for the greater good of both parties, you know. We want to make sure that, do everything we can to make sure people are going and supporting those businesses just like they supported this event.
Patriotism, excitement, a family-friendly, children-safe environment, one of the best, most wholesome activities that you could possibly bring your family to. May 14th and 15th, right here in Marianna, Florida, on Highway 90 at the Jackson County Ag Center, the old Ag Center, right next to the National Guard Armory. Here today, right now, with Stephen Campbell with Premier Bulls Tour. Nothing more to say. We'll be right back.